This is a sister ship to the other Lagoon 440 that I'm showing you. And as you can see, we have a bimini top is up in this particular boat. And there's a satellite TV dome back there. And let's take a walk, look around it. First we're going to look at the mast. It's raked aft a little bit. So that's what propels the boat when you don't have your engine on. So you can literally sail around the world for a few $100s if you sail most of the time. See the wind generator on the stern, and then the dinghy's up in the davits. That's how you store it underway. It's also kind of theft-proof when it's up like that. And then here's the big sister to the 440 called the 500, and these typically have 5 staterooms or bedrooms. It's just a bigger version of the 440. 440s sell for between $300,000 and $450,000 depending on the equipment and layout. Owner's version layouts usually command a premium of $30,000 to $50,000 over the charter versions. The Lagoon 500s sell for between $500 and something and $700,000. Right now you can get loans for 4% fixed. Those are amortized over 15 to 20 years. And if you bought that other Lagoon 440 that I'm showing you, probably get it around $375,000. Put down 20%. You'd borrow $300,000. It's $7 per thousand is the monthly payment. So you'd be paying about $2,100 a month for your loan payment, with 20% down for that boat. Alright, so that's a look at the Lagoon 440 and her big sister. This is Gary Fretz, and today I'm going to show you one of my favorite catamarans. This is a Lagoon 440, model year 2006, and it's an owner version, meaning it has 3 staterooms, that is 1 large owner suite and 2 guest staterooms, as opposed to the charter version that has 4 staterooms. I'm going to use layman's words, that is non-sailor words, to describe parts of the boat, because this video is being shot for non-sailors. So let's go have a closer look. Here we are looking at the Fore Deck, and those 2 blue things are called trampolines, and they have those instead of a solid deck because it's lighter in weight, and you want to keep weight out of the ends because it makes the boat hobby horse or pitch while underway if you have a lot of weight in the ends. They're a lot of fun to ride on, and whenever you have kids on the boat, this is right where they want to be. There's a seating area up there, and while I'm here, just notice these big picture windows in the side of the Lagoon. It creates a feeling of more space when you're in the staterooms. And this cat has a set of vertical windows, kind of like a North Sea pilot house trawler. And the reason Lagoon went to this is because in the hottest part of the day, this eyebrow that's around the edge here, that comes out over the windows, shades the interior, and it keeps the Salon 10 to 15 degrees cooler than these sleeker looking catamarans that allow the light to shine in. It almost creates a greenhouse type effect in those other cats. So it took me a little while to get used to this design, but you know, I really like it. It also gives you more usable space inside. You know, if you had a sleek boat where the coach roof came up like that, you'd lose a lot of space in here. And really, every little bit helps. Alright, here we are on the Fore Deck. There's a cockpit seating area with cushions. I don't have the cushions out today, but there is a set for this. It's snap in there. There's storage under all of these hatches. And that's where your anchor windlass is housed. Let's open that up and have a look. See, that's what raises and lowers the anchor, and there's where all the anchor chain and line goes. Okay, anchor runs out here. Whoops. There's your roller furling jib with a control line, and these are deck hatches. This boat has 4 watertight compartments. So right in here is a locker room where you can store things, and there's a bulkhead running here. It's a structural part of the boat, and that creates a watertight space. So if you ever hit anything like a shipping container at night, if you're doing 15 knots and you get a hole in the boat up here, no worries, it's just going to fill up this compartment. You're not going to sink. So let's have a walk back here to the steering station. This is a little mini fly bridge. I really like this because when you're underway, you're up high, so you can see out further ahead of you. Plus, you can see each corner of the boat when you're docking, which is a lot safer, I think. This has a bimini top normally, so it's covered, and there's a windshield that goes on here, but they're fixing that right now. All of the controls lead to one spot here, and so it's like push button sailing, because under here we see some electric switches, and those are the foot switches that turn the winches that trim the sails. So it's like push button sailing. Okay, here are all your engine controls, and there's a GPS plotter over here underneath this cover. So that's your road map. It's not turned on right now, but it works great. It's so easy to operate these boats. These were made so that 1 or 2 people who know what they're doing can do everything. And just in case you don't know what you're doing, there are schools that'll teach you everything you need to know. You see some of the solar panels here. There's a total of 8 on this boat, and these panels will run all of your refrigeration, your lights, your stereo, your freezers, so that you actually don't have to turn on your engines or generator to charge your batteries if you want to stay in some remote location for a long period of time. Some people supplement them with wind generators so that if the sun's not out, usually the wind's blowing, and you can continue to charge your batteries. Alright, let's walk back down deck here to the cockpit. And this is your back porch, otherwise known as the cockpit. There's a cockpit table. This is the cocktail table version that's presently here. There's a larger dining table that snaps in, and it's stored somewhere, I'm not sure where. Underneath that seat is your generator, and then back here we have this walkway, which I really like these. I call it the back porch, and the reason I like it is because when you're underway and you have guests sitting here in the cockpit on the cushions, which are usually there, you don't have to walk all over them and disturb them. You can just go back here and do your thing, work on the dinghy, which is normally in these davits. These are the hoists that hold your dinghy when you're underway, because it's faster and easier just to hoist it up and carry your dinghy than to tow it. Under these steps we have engine access down there, and these are Yanmar diesels. They will push the boat between 7 and 8.5 knots, and they will burn about 1.25 gallons to 1.5 gallons of diesel per hour. So they're very economical. And these Yanmars will go for about 7,500 hours. This particular boat has 2,800 hours on it. So it's really a low-hour boat, and it's been maintained very well. Okay, so let's walk over here down the porch. Here's your dinghy engine. And there's a sink, and I believe under the sink is a freezer or fridge. Let's see what we have here. Oh, there's your combination fridge freezer for back here. It's nice to have one out here in the cockpit. There are more inside. And then in here, in this seat, there's your generator. That's a Northern Lights. They're very compact, and that will run everything plus air conditioning, whatever else you need. Some cruisers don't have air conditioning, but I like to have it for those hot tropical nights when it's raining, because it makes it really nice. You know, these boats have gotten to be like apartments on the water. We have almost all the conveniences of home. Let's go in the salon. As you can see, this is pretty big. And with these windows, you get a panoramic view outside. And here's the galley, otherwise known as the kitchen. And there's a pass-through window right there, so that you can set up a bar, and you know, when you're having a party, you have the bar right there. I like a galley up here in the salon and not down below like on some other cats, because you remain part of the party. Here's your electrical distribution panel. And there's a fridge over here, and a freezer over here, and there's a navigation station inside. So, you know, if the weather's really, really bad, you can actually steer from in here. You've got some engine controls right here. And when I was cruising for 6 months a while ago, I never came down here and used this. I was always up top, because it's so nice up there. And you can enclose that on 3 sides, so it's very easy to steer in rain or shine. Now, in the starboard hull of this 2-hulled boat, this Catamaran, this is the owner's suite. So this whole hull is just one like bedroom. Okay, and there's the owner's queen-size bed. We call that a walk-around island berth, because you can get in and out of it on each side. So if you have to get out of bed in the middle of the night, you don't disturb the other person. Notice the big picture window there. It's nice to have. It's got this finish on it that allows you to see out, but people can't see in. And there's a hatch that's required by the French Coast Guard. And it also makes a great fishing hole, because at night the fish are attracted to the light in here, and they show up right there. Okay, there's your desk, and here's a little sofa with a lot of storage. I think when you're cruising, you can't have too much storage. Okay, now you can actually close off this cabin from the salon by just sliding that shut. So if you're tired of partying at midnight and you have a bunch of late night partiers, you can just come down here and they can continue on. Okay, there's some closet space. Here's your bathroom. And that's an electric toilet. And then behind this door is your separate shower. right there. It's got a seat in there too. You can sit down if you want. And there's your shower head. You have another nice big window in here. Keep it light, bright, and airy. So this is the master suite, okay? Alright, now going back up into the salon. By the way, this seat can be a dining seat, or it turns into the navigator station seat. Okay, now we're going to go down in the other hall, and there are 2 staterooms for the guests here, each with their own bathroom. The bathrooms are accessed from this hallway. And Lagoon has some of the widest halls in their class, and so you have plenty of room for your water glass at night to store things over there. Nice and wide. Some of the other makes aren't as nice as this, and I like these little touches that they have here. Plenty of storage, which keeps the clutter to a minimum. Okay, there's one bathroom. It's not the biggest, but it'll do the trick. And the faucet in these bathrooms becomes your shower. So you just pull that out, and put it up on. There's a bracket up there you can take a shower with. All right, so this bedroom has another picture window and another porthole you can open for ventilation, as well as a ceiling hatch. That thing there is a solar-powered fan that sort of airs the boat out. Okay, here's your closets, more storage. So, that's the Lagoon 440. One of my favorite boats of all time.